Good evening. Welcome to the October 29th, 2024 Riverhead Central School District regular Board of Ed meeting. Can I get a roll call? Ms. Healy? Present. Mr. Wallace? Present. Ms. Murphy? Present. Ms. Freeborn? Present. And Ms. Redmond. Can I get a motion to go to executive session? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes, and we will be back at 7 p.m. Good evening, welcome back to the October 29th, 2024 Riverhead Central School District Regular Board of Ed meeting. Can I have a motion to return from executive to open session? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. All in favor? And motion passes. Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? If everyone wouldn't mind, just stay standing for a moment of silence. Mr. Frank Vitale was a custodian here in Riverhead. He was here for 20 years. Recently passed away tragically. So if we just could have a moment of silence for him and his family. Thank you. As we keep Mr. Vitale, him and his family in our thoughts and prayers. Before moving on, our district clerk has an announcement to make about translation services.
We have translation of services available in the back corner of the room. If you need help, please see Ms. Kess.
Muy buenas noches, les damos bienvenidos a la Junta Educativa del Distrito de Riverhead. Si necesitan traducción simultánea, les esperamos en la parte de atrás para proveerles de equipo. Gracias y bienvenidos.
Thank you. Moving on to our student representative, Annabelle Dunn.
Hello. So from Roanoke, the Student Council will be hosting these upcoming events. They're inviting local veterans to their school on November 8th to do a meet and greet with the Student Council. Students will be leading the veterans in a parade around all the classrooms in the building for all to see. Students and staff are currently taking part in decorating the school to surprise the veterans coming in. After the parade, the Student Council will get to sit and enjoy some time with the veterans and learn about their experiences. Students are in the midst of hosting a Thanksgiving food drive. They're collecting non-perishable foods to distribute to families in needs. And another exciting thing that is happening at Roanoke is the after-school enrichment. Students will be choosing clubs they'd like to join in the upcoming week, and students are excited to partake in this after-school activity every year. At Riley has participated in the district's first ever Hispanic Heritage Celebration last Friday. Their Butterfly Effect project has begun with many participants, and their Read to Me program has started, which brings together RHS students and Riley students. At Phillips on Thursday, October 24th, their PTO hosted a movie night for the students in the community. They had approximately 120 students and parents join them for the showing of Hocus Pocus. On Friday, October 25th, all kindergarten classes participated in pumpkin picking in the courtyard, and they are in the process of working with the Long Island Native Plant Initiative to install a pollinator garden in their courtyard. Their students will be participating in the planting and learning all about the plants. At Aquabog, they celebrated their first graders who graduated from Detective McGruff's Academy, where they learned valuable lessons about bullying prevention and the importance of kindness. They also enjoyed an inspiring outdoor learning day where teachers took their lessons outside, fostering connections in multiple subjects and allowing students the freedom to let their imaginations run wild during independent play. And they're thrilled to announce that the PTO was met with great success at the annual craft fair. They want to give a huge thank you to everyone who supported the event and volunteered. The funds will enable them to send their students on exciting and engaging field trips. At Pulaski, students have continued to share their passion for learning. Multiple students have enjoyed working collaboratively with each other, especially thanking the teachers and staff for their hard work. At the middle school, they just finished student government elections and will let me know the results soon. Student government is hosting their annual Protect the Pin tournament on Wednesday after school in the gym. Teams of 6 boys and 6 girls donate $5 to enter, and money from this event goes towards needy families to provide Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas presents. And middle school student government officer Jayla Miller will also start to be in contact with me about events that happen. And for the high school, for Key Club, myself, along with Gianna Viola, Everett Foster, Kyle Cuevas, Grady Moore, and the help of our advisor, Mr. Moore, participated in the coffin race during the Halloween festival on Main Street. We won first place, set a new record for the town, and gave the winning prize of $500 to the Bread and More Soup Kitchen in Riverhead. Key Club also attended a fall rally that I planned and organized with 6 other divisions across Long Island on October 27th. This was a day of workshops, service events, and Key Club information. Safe Halloween will be held on October 31st at the high school between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is a place where elementary kids can have a safe Halloween, trick-or-treating through the halls and participating in games. And the fall evening college fair was a success, with people attending to gain more information about various colleges.
Thank you, Annabelle. And moving on to our superintendent report, Ms. Pesich.
Thank you. No report today. However, I am very pleased to introduce our high school principal, Mr. Sean O'Hara, who's going to help us honor our wonderful AP scholars this evening.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and to help me do that this evening, I am going to invite up Mr. Gassar, our Director of Guidance, who will explain a little bit about what students are being recognized for this evening, and I will post up over there, that side of the cafeteria, and when your name is called, if you can kindly meet me over there, I will present you with a certificate, and then remain over there so that we can pose for a photo afterwards. Mr. Gassar.
Good evening, and thank you. We're proud to recognize the following students who have achieved academic excellence through the College Board for their outstanding effort in advanced placement, or AP courses, and AP exams. There are 3 scholar levels that the College Board recognizes students for their academic achievement. AP Scholar is awarded to students who have received scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams. AP Scholar with Honor is given to students who have achieved an average score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 4 or more AP exams. And finally, AP Scholar with Distinction, granted to students with an average score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more exams. We would also like to take a moment to express our gratitude to our parents, the Board of Education members, Superintendent Pedicic, and the District Office Administration, and all of the dedicated Riverhead teachers and administrators who continued support of our students make celebrations as this possible. I will also be announcing the names of our 2024 graduates who were part of this award. Although they are not here as they have graduated, we still believe it's important to recognize these outstanding individuals for their achievements. It is now my great pleasure to announce the names of the Riverhead High School 2024 AP Scholars. Their dedication and hard work serve as an inspiration for our entire community. Please hold applause until I complete all the names. AP Scholar, Caleb Gatto, Emma Akratelli, Ibrahim Bajwa, Kalianne Campbell, Anthony Catarelli, Lorena Correa, Annabelle Dunn, Madison Dupree, John Ellis, Elmer Gonzalez, Angelina Gust, Erin Hubbard, Sadie Kennedy, Addison Kinnear Gillingham, Noah Lake, Renee Marks, Cheyenne Metzger, Kenzie Montoya, Stephen Morales, Madison Perez, Fatima Quintatilla, Gianella Quispy, Dean Redmond, Alice Reese, Israel Vidal, Lauren Zaweski. The next group are AP Scholars with Distinction: Tyler Campbell, Everett Foster, Selvin Galdamez, Ezekiel Erb, Randall Hoverkamp, Natalie Stork, Gianna Viola, Jaden Hansen. Jaden Hansen is an AP Scholar with honors. And the 2024 graduate AP Scholar list. AP Scholar awards are Marilyn Amaya, Victoria Arm, Connor Babinski, Benjamin Caskey, Kiera Chabla, Benjamin Dono, Joseph Duffy, Annalie Fisher, Daniela Flores Hernandez, Kristen Golsky, Colin Heilman, James Hayes, Alexandra Hoverkamp, Wesley Keating, Tessa Clar, Loudon Crumbeagle, Simon Lucarelli, Casey Mojo, Shannon Noon, Angel Pascual Felix, Alexander Pascual, Paige Rayner, Carlos Velasquez Rivera, and Sho Zahu. The AP Scholars with Distinction 2024 graduates: David Brzezowski, Ethan Caskey, Danelle Evans, Daniel Healy, John McCormick. AP Scholars with Honor 2024 graduates: Jasmine Alvarado, Jayla Charles, Jamie Elwood, Hiranya Gunzinga, Lucia Mineta, Benjamin Morris, and Morgan Stromsky. Thank you. If we could get a photograph. Not a problem. Thank you for publishing it. Could we also invite our parents up for a photograph if they'd like, if possible? Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Congratulations to our amazing scholars. And we know that you get up really early in the morning, so if you would like to leave at this point, we will not be insulted. However, you are certainly welcome to stay. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Director of E&L Services, Community Outreach, and DEI, Dr. Emily Sands, who will do a presentation on District E&L Services.
Thank you so much. Good evening. I'm just going to wait, I guess. Is it going to go up there? Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to share our department's vision and goals for empowering our students to achieve academic, linguistic, and social success. Did I, yeah. Is it the opposite? That's not working. I'm pressing this. Do you want me to? Technical difficulties. Okay. You'll do it? So I'll just go like this to you? Okay, perfect. So again, thank you for the opportunity to share. You could switch to the first slide. To share our department's vision and goals for empowering our students to achieve academic, linguistic, and social success. Our goal is rooted in the belief that by honoring our students' cultural and linguistic heritage, we can also facilitate their English language acquisition and prepare them for success in a global society. Our commitment includes providing equitable learning opportunities that celebrate student diversity, fostering a culturally responsive environment, and supporting seamless integration into a wider global community. Our key goals are enhancing academic and linguistic proficiency to equip our students with skills for academic and linguistic success, foster a culturally responsive environment, creating spaces that respect our students' diverse cultures, promote community and family engagement and involving our families in the community throughout the educational journey, support professional development, and align our instruction with standards and best practices. Here are some significant developments and statistics that highlight the evolving landscape of our diverse student population. Over the past 5 years, we observed a 10% increase in our E&L, English as a New Language students. More remarkably, over the past decade, this number has surged by 207%, growing from 688 E&L students to our current count of 2,113. The substantial increase emphasizes the importance of adapting our educational strategies to meet the needs of our E&L population. Currently, 66% of our students district-wide are of Latino descent, and 38% of our students are E&L learners. These figures reflect the rich diversity within our district and present us with a unique opportunity to foster an inclusive and supportive learning environment. So in New York State, we use 5 E&L levels tailored to the instruction of our E&L students, which is entering, emerging, transitioning, expanding, and commanding. To accurately identify and assess our students' progress across these levels, we utilize two two key tests. One of them is the NICETEL, and the other one is NICESLAT. NICETEL is administered when the student first starts in our school to determine their English proficiency and appropriate placement into a program. NICESLAT is conducted every year in the spring to evaluate the progress in listening, speaking, reading, and writing, allowing us to track the growth and adjust teaching strategies. These assessments are vital in providing effective support and resources to our ENL students in order to achieve academic language success. The NICESLAT is designed annually to assess our ENL students that are enrolled from K to 12 in New York State schools. The test provides the state and schools with important information about our ENL students and their development. This is also federally and state mandated. It's a part of our Commissioner's Regulations, CR Part 154. This assessment is crucial as it guides us in tailoring our instruction and our services to meet the specific needs of each student. The NICESLAT evaluates both receptive and productive language skills, measuring listening and reading abilities alongside speaking and writing proficiencies. These modalities are essential as they mirror the activities that students engage within the content area in their classrooms. In total across the district, and this is 23 and 24 NICESLAT data, we have 153 students at the entering level, 417 at the emerging level, 529 at transitioning, 723 at expanding, and 137 at the commanding level. These figures highlight the diverse proficiency levels of our students and the importance of continuing to provide targeted support and resources to ensure each student can advance to a higher level of language proficiency. The following are crucial aspects of CR Part 154, which mandates the required ENL service hours based on each student's proficiency level. Understanding these guidelines is essential for providing our English language learners with the support they need to succeed. CR Part 154 outlines specific instructional time requirements that vary depending on the student's proficiency. The L identification process includes 8 mandated steps for all students enrolling in grades kindergarten through 12th grade. The first step is the administration of the HLQ, which is a home language questionnaire. The individual interview between the student and the parent to determine the student's home language, including the review of the student's abilities or any kind of work samples. Determination of the eligibility to take the New York State NICETEL. For incoming students with an IEP, this includes convening respective language proficiency teams, which we call LPTs, and a completion of the NICETEL determination form. The administration of the NICETEL to eligible students, parent notification, a parent orientation, which is also mandated in their preferred language, and placement into an L program. To inform parents and guardians of these options, our bilingual ENL certified TOSA teacher on special assignment provides parents and guardians of newly enrolled Ls with a parent orientation. And this is an extensive process, and it's also done in the home language of the parent and the student. During the parent orientation, parents can view the parent orientation video. There's an explanation also provided in regards to all of our programs, any kind of assessments, any kind of tools that we use like Parent Square, Parent Portal. They're given an introduction to how to use that and download, also how to create an email address. There's specific requirements for our ENL students, and that's explained. The dual language bilingual program, the transitional bilingual program, and our ENL program is explained. Go ahead. With 2,133 ENL students enrolled, our district is committed to providing comprehensive educational experiences to meet the unique needs of our ENL students. Our approach includes a variety of instructional models, co-teaching and standalone models. These models allow us to offer personalized support and integration of language learning with content instruction. Our students also speak a rich tapestry of languages in our district, including Spanish, Polish, Mixteco, Russian, Ukrainian, Urdu, Turkish, and Chinese. The linguistic diversity enriches our community and reinforces the importance of our targeted language programs. We have implemented several dual language and bilingual initiatives to support our students. The dual language program is currently available in first grade for our students at Roanoke, Riley, and Aquabog. and spans from kindergarten to 3rd grade at Phillips Avenue. And in 4th grade at Phillips Avenue, we still have a transitional bilingual program. At Pulaski, we offer a one-way dual language program and bilingual courses in the middle school and high school. We recognize the ongoing challenges that are faced in many other districts with hiring bilingual teachers that are certified. And NICED, the Office of Bilingual and World Languages, also mentioned that and recognized that in last week's Thursday's Voices United conference. We are actively working to address the needs and continuing to develop our bilingual programs in our district. To further support our students, we also have specialized programs, which is called Bridges 1 and Bridges 2 in our middle school and our high schools. Additionally, we are participating in a migrant program, which is in collaboration with Eastern Suffolk BOCES, which provides crucial before and after school tutoring. I also want to highlight the incredible work of our 7 E&L coordinators who provide invaluable support to our department across the buildings throughout our district. Their dedication and insights is crucial to the work that we do for our students and our programs. So understanding newcomers, it's a broad term and it's very extensive. So this refers to K-12 students that were born outside of the U.S. within and arrived within the last 3 years and still learning English. It's a diverse group, and it could range from students that are older and received prior schooling in their home language, or it could mean that they are students with interrupted formal education, which we call SIFE students, that are still learning the foundational skills in reading, writing, and in math. Understanding the diversity of this term is crucial for providing the right support and resources for our students. So this is a SIFE screener that is used, and it's a comprehensive and intense process. So actually our TOSA, she's the one who conducts this and manages this expertly. And the SIFE screener identification, we use the HLQ form to understand their linguistic background, followed by the individual interview and parent interview. There's an oral interview that's used. SIFE status, we use their educational history. There's an MLS screener that's provided and administered in the student's home language, which evaluates their literacy skills, their math skills, and then there's a writing screener that fully assesses their writing abilities. So that gives us a bigger picture of what are the students' needs. So there are exciting developments in our Bridges program, which is pivotal in supporting our newcomer students and SIFE students at the middle school and at the high school level. The Bridges program was developed by NICED and funded by the Office of Bilingual and World Languages Department. It's designed to meet the diverse needs of our English language learners. This includes newcomer multilingual learners who have been in the United States for 3 years or less, or our SIFE students, like I mentioned, who are reading on a reading level below 3rd grade in their home language. In previous years, we had one class, one E&L teacher teaching the Bridges course in the high school. Recognizing the varied needs of our newcomers and our SIFE students, we have significant changes this year. We have shifted 2 E&L teachers from elementary, bringing their expertise with SIFE students in E&L foundational literacy skills in both languages, in English and in Spanish, and we brought them over to the high school and the middle school. The strategic move has allowed us to create a Bridges 1 and a Bridges 2 level course. These courses are now better tailored to meet the needs of our students. I'm also happy to share the incredible strides we're making in fostering family and community engagement within our district. Our commitment to creating inclusive opportunities for our families to connect and participate have truly been inspiring. And if you've attended last Friday's Hispanic Heritage, my apologies, I couldn't be there. My son had football senior night. But our DEI subcommittee and our E&L department hosted the Hispanic Heritage Celebration, and I believe there were over 250 attendees. So really proud of that work. Additionally, our department hosts 4 parent cafes annually to empower families, and that's open to all. Last week's technology night introduced parents to look at the tools of Parent Portal, Stop Finder, Parent Square, Google Classroom, iPads, Chromebooks, and just keeping them engaged in their child's education. A big thank you to Yvette Cortez, our ENL Assistant Director, Robert Hines, our Director of IT, for their excellent coordination of these events. Your efforts and your help navigate the educational landscape in our district. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to our teachers and administrators for their unwavering dedication to our students as we enhance our ENL and bilingual programs. And also thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sands. Moving on, do we have any public comments on agenda items? Have any online comments? No? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a motion? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Any questions, comments? Once we approve. Yeah. Seeing none, all in favor? And the motion passes. And we'd just like to congratulate with that Mr. Regini and Ms. Aguirre, who, Ms. Aguirre is actually a Riverhead graduate. They received tenure tonight. So congratulations.
Congratulations, so well deserved.
Congratulations again. Moving on to new business. Letter A, approval of memorandum of agreement, MOA, with RSTA. Can I get a motion? Thank you, Mr. Connolly. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Healy. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor? And the motion passes. Letter B, approval of a consultant services contract with St. Charles Hospital. Can I get a motion? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor? And motion passes. Letter C, approval of field trips. So we have 3 field trips. One is for varsity boys cross-country athlete, 1 varsity boys cross-country athlete, and the coach to travel to Queensbury, New York to compete in the cross-country events for NYSPHSAA championships on November 16th and 17th, 2024, at an approximate cost to the district of $909. And the second one is a field trip for up to 14 winter varsity cheerleading athletes and 2 coaches to travel to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on December 7th, 2024 for the UCA Pocono Regional Competition, which is a prerequisite for competing in the Nationals in Florida. So good luck to them for that. Approximate cost of the district is $1,272 for bus and entry fees. And the third is field trip for 4 winter varsity cheerleading team and 2 coaches to travel to Bridgewater, New Jersey on January 12th, 2025 to compete in the UCA Garden State Regional, which is also a prerequisite for competing in the Nationals in Florida, at an approximate cost of $1,080 for bus and entry fee to the district. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Questions, comments? Good luck to everybody. Absolutely. All in favor? And the motion passes. And letter D, approval of donations. We have 2. The Blue Waves Baseball Booster Club offered to purchase and install 325 feet of fence for the varsity baseball field at an approximate value of $6,200. And Eleanor Daly of Jamesport has offered the donation of $3,000 for the Riverhead High School to create a safe and functional courtyard for student use. Can I have a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Questions, comments?
Thank you
Yes,
so
definitely.
much.
Thank you very much. And all in favor? And the motion passes. And we have any opportunity for any board members, committees? Okay, Ms. Healy?
I have health and safety. We'll be competing.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay. The Health and Safety Committee met on October 29th last week with 24 individuals present, including representatives from facilities, security, transportation, and also faculty who generously come after hours to be with us and share their insights. So unfortunately, Mr. Culhane, who is the Director of Security, was not present, but he did send a security update, which included the following information. To date, there have been no fights at the high school. New vape detectors have been installed, and there are some software issues that are being resolved. These vape detectors are in addition to the ones that we currently have. So there has been an increase in monitoring. The tabletop drill held at RMS in July was attended by all of our first responders and well received. License plate readers have been installed and should be functional by the month's end. With regard to security cameras in the parking lots at the high school, there were some cameras that were damaged by lightning. They have been fixed, and some there was another camera that was it appears damaged due to a severed cable that has been repaired as well. Mr. Scaretta, who is the school maintenance crew leader, gave the following facilities updates. The ball fields have been redone and the athletic trailers are up and running. The classroom builds are complete, and the facilities department is currently repainting lines in district parking lots. Okay. Transportation department, Anthony Reed, who is our director of transportation, provided the following update. The early release drills have been set for Tuesday, November 26th. The school bus drills were completed and went well. There is an issue with vape pens and vape paraphernalia being found on school buses, and the district will address this issue. And other items that were discussed, Jennifer Simoes, Vice President of the RCFA, brought to our attention, this was brought to our attention last year, but we're very grateful for her reminder that Superintendent's Conference Day is next week, and we want to make sure that the bathrooms at the high school are accessible to all staff. Obviously, there are staff coming from other schools, and they may not have access or keys to the bathrooms or the elevator, so our facilities leaders will make sure that that is taken care of, and that is a comfortable day for everybody. Again, there is an ongoing vape issue at the high school. There was a mold issue at Phillips Avenue, but it was resolved very quickly. Many thanks to our maintenance crew for taking care of that. CPI train, which is Crisis Prevention Intervention Train, is not complete at all buildings. The RCFA would like an update on the status. It is noted that it is noted to be needed specifically at Riley Avenue, particularly for the self-contained classroom, faculty and staff. Jean Grimm, assistant principal at Riley, noted that previously security handled these issues. However, the new guards are not CPI trained, and Anthony Reed, director of transportation, requested to have the bus monitors trained as well. There seems to be some issue with some fire alarms in the South Portable, which are being addressed expeditiously, and as well as the rave system. There is an issue with Wi-Fi and cell service. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, and that is something that will be addressed. Again, at the high school, there was an issue about one of the doors that needs to be monitored by guards, and there were some facilities issues that were, there was a list of them in each of the different buildings, and our facilities department will be addressing those issues. Some have these are regarding trash, some bushes that need to be trimmed, some other cleaning issues, water fountains that are, we talk a lot about low pressure water fountains and high pressure toilets. So not good. So but thank you. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Obviously, there is a chain of command in each of the buildings, and our facilities team leader will be addressing those issues with John Fleming, who's the director of facilities, and hopefully they will be handled expeditiously. And but wait, there's more. The buses have been going pretty well, with the exception of 2 at Riley, and this is in large part due to a staff shortage. So if you know anyone who's looking for a job, we are definitely hiring in transportation, and hopefully that will be remedied with the addition of new staff there are some new staff members who are in training right now. And we will need additional cleaning of rugs in kindergarten classes, again, for some obvious reasons. And Gary Carlson, assistant principal at Roanoke, mentioned that the SROs have been a positive addition and have been well received when they have visited Roanoke Elementary School. Overall, it's been a very positive experience. And the meeting was adjourned at 4:45. Thank you for all who attended, and thank you for the updates.
Okay, so, am I on? Or am I not working? Okay, the audit committee met Tuesday, October 15th. Myself, Erica Murphy, Kelly Freeborn, as well as Cheryl Pedisich, Marianne Cardizano, Dawn. By the way, thank you for taking our minutes at each of our committee meetings. And Joseph Crocco, our district treasurer, and we had Alan Walter as our external auditor for the Bonadeo Group joined us. We reviewed the draft 2023-2024 external audit report. Alan Walter reported that the Bonadeo Group gave an overview of the firm's responsibilities and the working relationship with Riverhead School District, specifically the business office, to audit the financial operations of our school district. He gave an overview of the financial reports presented to the board and advised that the district has received an unmodified opinion on financial statements, which is the highest positive level of professional opinion the district can receive. Some notable comments included the following. The school district's net position is a deficit of $69.8 million, which is due to long-term employee benefits without offsetting assets. Every district across the state is in the same position, except for William Floyd. Riverhead's unassigned funds account for 3.87%, which is within the New York State limitation of 4%. Net favorable variance with budgetary actual and encumbrance of $19,793,368, which you'll find on page 61 of the report. The funding of retirement is well funded. The extra classroom activity report indicates a significant amount of cash activity going through the accounts above $300,000. The food service program is well managed. This was a very thorough audit of the financial operations of the district, which included all funds. He is prepared to present this information, which he did, to the board during the meeting. That was our last meeting. Funding of reserves. The Board of Education passed a resolution on June 11th, 2024 to fund the reserves, meeting the June 30th deadline. Dr. Cardizano will provide the board with a fund balance report. The document will serve as a guiding document moving forward. The 2024-2025 tax levy calculation and apportionment. The tax levy is exactly what was presented to the district residents in May 2024. There are no alterations or changes in the anticipated calculation and apportionment. This will be approved at, it was approved at the October 15, 2024 meeting, and the information will be provided to Riverhead, Brookhaven, and Southampton towns. Status of filing SED June 30th, 2024 ST3 financial reports. The filing has been completed ahead of the September 30th, 2024 deadline. Thank you, Dr. Cardizano and staff, and included all the required reporting schedules. No Dunning late filing letters will be issued to the district's board or superintendent, and we are not in jeopardy of any state or federal aid being withheld. Dr. Cardizano will discuss with the board policy 6150 for the indicated duration. Oh, this is the budget transfer policy, a pause for July 1st through 12/31st of 2024 for an opportunity to recode all staff to reflect actual location, et cetera, allowing for better transparency moving forward. Equipment threshold from $1,000 to $5,000. Dr. Cardizano will discuss with the board raising the threshold for equipment, allowing the purchase of items up to $5,000 in supply codes. The federal grant limit is $5,000. Moody's rating. The district maintained our current Moody's rating of AA2, which is towards the higher level on the ratings chart. This rating is similar to an individual's credit score. TAN borrowing. The district purchased TANs for the 24-25 cash flow management, $10 million with interest rate of 3.21% and $18 million with an interest rate of 3.21%. These are very friendly market interest rates. November 2022 appropriation status report. This report was issued to the board without payroll, therefore it was not an accurate report. When the report was run again with payroll, the approved budget is correctly stated. Amend the Board of Ed Audit Committee policy regarding community member. Dr. Cardizano recommended changing the word will with may in that policy 6690. So that gives us the option if at that time we needed to have somebody with more financial background, that the board could appoint somebody. And that's that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Healy and Ms. Redmond. Do we have any other board member remarks?
Blue masks next week. Can't wait. Sweeney Todd. Yeah. This weekend. Thank you. This weekend.
It's already November this weekend?
I can't believe it's already.
Holy cow. I would just congratulate again our AP Honors students. There was a long list of students that were read. It's just a testament to how hard they work. Those courses are very rigorous. So it's a big testament to those students, how much they put into it. It's a testament to their parents, and it's a testament to the staff that have been able to guide our students through those courses. So again, congratulations to them, to their parents, and to the staff that made that happen. So. One other thing I would just say is that Ms. Redmond mentioned in the Health and Safety Committee meeting that the buses, besides 3 of them, 2 at Riley and 1 at Phillips, have been all moving on time, which is night and day. If we remember where we were last fall, I don't think there was 1 bus on time last year. So that's a testament to the Transportation Department, how hard they work, and a great job that they are doing. So. Any other board members?
Mr. Scudder and I had the pleasure of attending the Hispanic Heritage Celebration on Friday night. And just to add to what Dr. Sand said before, it was an incredible evening of dancing and music and food. The food was donated by local restaurants. And it was just wonderful to see so many students and parents and community members come out and celebrate. It was just, I went home and it was an incredible night. It was a packed house. You really couldn't find a seat. So thank you again for organizing that event. And I did have the pleasure of going to the Aquabog Craft Fair on Saturday, which again is another terrific community event. I got to see a lot of staff members who came, and community folks and children. There were free crafts for kids, and it was just a really fun day. And as I've always said, if you need something done, ask a PTO mom or dad. We only want to leave the dads out because they do an incredible job, our PTOs, our boosters, of raising money and enhancing the educational experience of students in Riverhead. So again, that was pretty much it.
Thank you. And moving on to RCFA comments.
Good evening. First, I'd like to congratulate Griselda Aguiar and Daniel Regini on their tenure. Congratulations. I just want to parlay what Mr. Scudder said about the achievement of our students. You know, you hear a lot of things about Riverhead and people think things about Riverhead, but there's a lot of things we do right here, and that was just an example of what we're doing right. As you can see, a number of us are dressed in red tonight, and red. Yeah.
It's not red. You need a red shirt.
That's red. I'm colorblind. My wife did not dress me tonight, so it's the best I could do.
It went in the closet.
The honest truth is my red shirt had closet shrinkage. Like the last time I wore it, it fit, and when I got out of the closet, it seemed to be smaller. So this is what I did.
I'll accept it.
So, Red for Ed was an outgrowth of the teacher movement in West Virginia, which is not an organized state, right? It's a right-to-work state. But there were a lot of things happening to education in West Virginia, and the West Virginia teachers banded together themselves. They organized themselves, and they wore red because it's important that teachers have a voice in the workplace. And so that's why we're wearing red, to celebrate our voice in our workplace. And as you begin the superintendent search, you know, a couple of my friends and I decided that we wanted to come here and have our voices heard about the search for the next superintendent. So this is my 6th year as the Riverhead president, and boy, has it been a wild ride. We have had 5 superintendents since I was seated in this position, and by July 1st, we will have our 6th. Under the terms of our contract, the association is permitted 2 representatives on each and every administrator interview. That is, every administrator except for the superintendent. Picking a superintendent is the sole purview of the Board of Ed and will always be the defining decision of any Board of Ed that has the privilege to select the new leader of our school. After sitting on so many administrator interviews, there's only one statement a candidate has to make which completely turns me off, and I immediately say to myself, this person should not work here. Your test scores are low. Each time I hear that, I want to say, thank you, Captain Obvious. You don't think we know our test scores are low? And then if they say, your test scores are low and I can fix them, I immediately disqualify that person from consideration. The mere utterance of the phrase, I can fix them, triggers a negative visceral response. When I hear that, I know, like many who have come and gone before them, have the arrogance to think that they can fix Riverhead. I want to go on record. We do not need someone to fix us. What we actually need is someone to support us. And a superintendent cannot support us unless they get to know who we are, know what we do, know why we do it, and then they have to take the time to figure out how we got here. Every single administrator from the outside who comes here, we tell them Riverhead is different. And their usual response to that statement is, well, everybody says that about their district. There are a multitude of challenges we face. There are 7 different zip codes, 4 different fire departments, and 3 different townships in our district. We are overcrowded, and it doesn't look like there will be a capital project anywhere in our near future. We have a local town government that has at times been overtly hostile to our district and our students who live outside the town's border. We have a local IDA that hands out tax abatements like party favors. We have a local charter school that has siphoned $85 million from our coffers just since 2018, and that number will only grow with the proposed expansion. Many people do not know this, but we are responsible for educating every single incarcerated youth in Suffolk County Jail, and those students are reflected in our school graduation rate. Some of our students come from upper middle class families, and some of our students live in abject poverty. We have students who have had a complete educational experience since they were toddlers, and we have students with interrupted formal education. And we also have students with unspeakable traumas that they've experienced throughout their lives. None of these intangibles are measured through a test. What we do here is much more than a score. I was talking to an elementary teacher a few weeks ago about a situation in her classroom. It was a Monday morning, and the students were eating school breakfast. She turned around, you know, you just turn around for a second. She turned around for a second. When she looked back, one of her students was covered in milk. It wasn't an SFI, but it was quite messy. A teacher who worked in another district might have yelled at that child, but it was Monday morning, and the teacher knew that child had not eaten the entire weekend, and this was the first real meal that they had had since lunch on Friday. The kid was actually starving. And newsflash, this elementary teacher does not work at Phillips and does not work at Roanoke. This situation is not an anomaly. It happens more often than all of us would like to admit. The staff here at Riverhead go above and beyond for our students day in and day out. It's about doing all we can with limited resources at our disposal to meet the most basic needs of our students. For us, it's not only about test scores. Here at Riverhead, it's about survival. We are not Three Village. We are not Miller Place. We are not Plainview. We are Riverhead. With that being said, I have to say both Interim Superintendent Pedicic and Interim Superintendent for Business, Dr. Cardasano, are remarkable leaders. You're both seasoned Long Island superintendents, and I know for a fact that this has been an eye-opening experience for both of you. Now, don't get me wrong. Both of you have made decisions that I have not agreed with, and some of them I'm just not happy about at all. However, any decisions you have made were made after careful thought and reflection, and every time either of you made a decision to go in a certain direction, it was because you felt that what was in the best interest of our district, and our organization respects that. I don't have to agree with every decision made by you, or any superintendent that may sit in that chair for that matter. But there has to be a mutual respect for one another and the roles we fulfill as mutual stakeholders in Riverhead. I can honestly say, not only do you have my respect, but you both have my admiration. Leading this district is hard work, and let's be honest, this is not exactly an easy retirement gig. That is why I know you are not here for yourselves, you are here for our district. And we need leaders here that are cut from the same cloth as you. As the years of turmoil we have had at district office leading up to today, we don't need to be fixed. We need to be supported, and we are dying to be led. We are. Lastly, to the Board of Education, a lot is riding on the selection of our next leader. We're counting on you. Thank you.
Thank you. We have any raw comments?
No comments this evening, thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from the public?
Hello, my name is Kimberly Wilder. I'm a resident with a child in our district. We live on Osborne Avenue. I'm also the coordinator of Riverhead Area School Info Riverhead RASI, which is a gathering of parents and a project of Wilderside LTD. So last meeting, I read some comments and questions, and I got a very short answer back, which I wish I had a better answer. So I'm going to restate just some of them, because I know there's a limit. Is there a time limit? Is there any committee presently set up for the search for a new superintendent of schools? Because I think that's important for people to know if it started. At a board meeting, it was stated that Ms. Pedicic and Dr. Cardasano would be involved in the interview process. Does that mean that these two administrators are recused from being candidates for the position? If Ms. Pedicic and Dr. Cardasano are not recused, how would that work for them to interview other candidates for a position that they themselves might be applying for? Another question important, do you presently have any candidates in mind? Have you advertised the position anywhere? Noted that there's a 60% Latino student body. Will there be a person of color and/or a person who identifies as Latino in the interview room? If a parent or community member wanted to be involved in the process, is there a place to apply to be on a committee? So I had this whole list of very thoughtful questions, and I don't know, I gave a copy for everyone on the board. I hope they got them. And then the only response that I got back was the official response from the clerk. And this is what it said, and I think myself and the community deserve more. Dear Ms. Wilder, thank you for your inquiries at the October 15th Board of Education meeting. Please be informed that the Board of Education has secured the services of Eastern Suffolk BOCES to conduct the superintendent search. Information regarding the superintendent search will be shared with the community in the coming months. Your interest in this matter is appreciated. Sincerely, blah, 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 district clerk. So I just feel like that wasn't really a careful answer, and it seems like since September is coming soon and we know budget season is very busy, that we would get a bigger answer. So I foiled Eastern Suffolk BOCES to clarify with them if it seems like it's saying that we already have a contract with them or have secured their services. So I guess I'm going to foil you guys again and ask if that's true, but I also foiled BOCES, and I would love answers to all of my questions from any board member or the clerk. Thanks.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Do we have any online comments? No? All right. Seeing no comments, can I get a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. And all in favor? And motion passes. Thank you. See you at our November meeting.